Hi, I'm Chelsea. I turn 20 next month, and I have cyclic vomiting syndrome. And I guess I just wanted to make this video and this channel about what it's like to live with CVS, because when I started researching CVS, I found a lot of articles that just crushed me. Articles about doctors and nurses who believed that patients were making this up as a way to get painkillers, that cyclic vomiting syndrome is only caused by extreme marijuana use, and I just felt like setting the record straight. I think it was really painful to come home from the hospital after receiving my diagnosis and going to research this and finding a lot of hate mail, pretty much, from people who didn't believe this really existed. And I can tell you, I wish it didn't exist either, but that's just the way it is. And I guess this video was just a way to try and get in touch with the 2% of the population, supposedly, who has it. And yeah. So basically how I found out I had this was I was misdiagnosed for 2 years with celiac disease. But at that point in my life, the attacks of vomiting were not as intense, and they did not last long. So I really did think that it was celiac disease, and I cut out bread, and I cut out everything with flour in it for 2 years. And when I started getting admitted to the hospital because these periods of vomiting had gone on for so long, and I was so dehydrated I was going into shock, which always happens a lot with me. Whenever I have an attack of CVS, I go into shock so quickly. And they say what it is when I vomit from my CVS, I hyperventilate, I start panicking, because you're in a lot of pain. I'd like to see anyone try not to hyperventilate when they're having an attack of this. But it makes me lightheaded, sends my body into shock, and I'm already dehydrated, so it was a terrible experience. I've been in the hospital 4 or 5 times from September to October of 2011, but I was not given any diagnosis of CVS then. It was only after I had a break of about January, February, March. I had 3 months where I wasn't puking. I mean, like, I was doing pretty well. I was like, oh man, like, I may vomit a little bit during the day, but this is still so much better than what it was, and I just felt nice to be able to go to school and not be in pain. And then last month I went to the ER again, and that was when I got my diagnosis of CVS. And I guess making this video blog, is really the only way I can think of to get in touch with the 2%. And I guess I just want to know how everyone else handles this. I know by far I'm probably not the worst afflicted, and I just can't imagine how difficult it would be for someone with worse CVS than me. Even just being sick from September of last year, really sick, to now, I went from a size 9 to a size 3. I've lost a lot of weight. It's changed how comfortable I feel doing things. I don't go out drinking with my friends anymore. I don't do any of that, you know. I'm too scared that something will induce vomiting. So I guess I just wanted to know how everybody else got their diagnosis. I want to know if you guys have any clear triggers, because I haven't been able to figure out mine at all yet. And I just want to know how everyone else is doing, I guess. So I'm sorry if I wasn't very informative or gave you information about the disease. I'm going to try and figure it out. And maybe someone will want to watch. Bye.